This is the last video I'm doing for my glider project, so let's pick up where we left off last time. So basically, there you go, the gluing. Yeah, so the cutting, I did the cutting with like a knife and stuff, so the experiment basically, where actually you can check that out, it's all in the same playlist where you can find this video. For the glider videos, if you guys are wondering. So yeah, first I did an experiment to test out which knife I should be using for different thicknesses, and yeah, there's a bit of logic behind that, all physics. Then after that I cut some of the parts and did a cool video out of that. So and then the gluing, so I started on crazy glue, then I realized that all my small crazy glues were just like too old and just were just solidified, so they wouldn't work anymore. So it's like, and I did a bit more research, and it did say Gorilla Super Glue, which is the actual glue that they used for the original glider. And yeah, all my you can't really see it, but yeah, all these three didn't work. So there you go. Yeah, so I just took the actual original Gorilla Glue, because I mean, all I had left anyways. So I left for the holidays and took some of the important parts with me and started gluing I glued the bats with rods, then I used rubber bands or elastic bands to just hold it together, and then I did that for both wings, and then and after that I sanded it to about half thickness. Actually, I was supposed to do a third of the thickness, but I did half. But anyway, so like, yeah, I was supposed to be doing 2/3, but I did half the thickness instead. But it didn't really matter. So yeah, I glued it. Yeah, so I sanded all the pieces except for the part 3 of the fuselage, which I did later. And then I glued the tail wing. Yeah, I glued the main wings and then the tail wing. The main wings were pretty similar, were pretty easy. You just like, I had it laid out on a, okay, well, yeah, I had it laid out against the against the edge of the furnace, and I was able to kind of put it in place and leave it there for. It says 24 hours, but it only takes like a few hours for it to set correctly. But yeah, for flying though, you don't. Yeah, I honestly only had to wait until there it is. There, yeah. So I had to like get the furnace and just to keep it stable, and then let it there for a while. But and then so how do I glue the tail wing? I cut it, and I didn't completely cut it in two though. I just half. So a bit of but the actual wood grain still remained when I did that. And there you go. I glued the wing like this, and I put glue on both sides just so it would kind of stick, just keep the angle all the way through and have a bit more rigidity. Yeah, because the problem with the main wings is using the 3D printer, it just cut the whole thing. So none of the wood grain remained from like throughout the whole wingspan. So that was the. I still kept the same wood grain direction when I was gluing them. That was important. But and then there you go. I sanded the trapezoid, which is the third part of the back, glued it and then used tape to make sure it didn't move and everything. And of course it was kind of important that way it would kind of keep it like close as possible to the fuselage so it would stick and set when it was ready after enough time. And then yeah, that was about it. I didn't glue the ailerons because I didn't. Although yeah, my brother did a good job on them. I didn't glue them because I figured I didn't need to, and I don't think I really needed to anyways. Anyways, yeah, the test flight went well. Yes, it kept going up and down. It's true when it. I guess I didn't. There wasn't a lot of wind, and there was a. Well, it's like that glider was meant for the original one, but it kind of doesn't have a lot of power when there's something really heavier. When it has to power something heavier, and yeah, I had to duct tape it to the fuselage. It's not even stuck to it; it's just duct taped below it. Okay, anyways, yeah, I took it to the park. I was in Vancouver, and flew it, and yeah, it just kept going up and down because it had a little bit of power. Then I glided down, and then it went up. Even if you just kept the throttle at 100, and then eventually, after it being too far away, it lost connection. So it was out of range. So yeah, I was able to turn it okay. It didn't like immediately turn. It took a bit of time. Well, it makes sense. It's a bit heavier, but even though the wingspan is really big, it took a bit of time to turn. But actually, there's a full video. Actually, that's what I need to do now. Tomorrow, I'll post that on YouTube for you guys to watch. But anyways, yeah. So the video, I won't do it now. I'll put it at the end of this recording. Anyways, that's the end of my glide project, and yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it was a good end to this semester and a fun adventure. Until next time. Hello, this is the first test flight of my also in glider. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right, okay.